I think of a lot of us forget our dreams, our goals, our shared visions. And honestly, that's really what keeps that relationship going. I never knew how much that was a killer until my last relationship. But this relationship is so much better and so different. We have been talking about goals and visions and shared dreams since the beginning. And we even shared our past goals and dreams and how those were shattered by our past marriages. And I think now being in this marriage, we really focus on that positive moving forward and making sure that we really do achieve our goals. And we've done a great job with goal planning. We've done a great job on consistently talking about our goals as a couple and what we want individually. And this round, we're achieving so much more.
No, I think you really hit it on the nail. Like our past marriages, we really did let those goals just kind of fly out the window. I can say as for myself, yeah, I there was no goals. Like we didn't plan for the future. We didn't goal set. So this time around, I think we really did, like you said, from day one. We said what we wanted. We said what we needed.
We set that expectation. We had failed marriages before, and I guess maybe not failed marriages, but we had past marriages and we knew more of what we wanted in moving forward and moving in a new marriage.
Hmm.
And I don't think we were willing to compromise because of how impactful letting go of our hopes and dreams in the last one really hurt us.
Then you shouldn't have to compromise. If you know what you want and what you need and what type of relationship you want, you shouldn't have to compromise. I think you come together as a couple and you integrate each other's goals and then they become shared like ours. Like we're together, we're integrated our personal goals and our relationship goals together.
Absolutely. And I think all that is so important because we need goals as a couple, right? It gives us things to look forward to as a couple. We're planning together. Like we just got back from a trip and we're planning another trip already.
Mhm.
That gives us something to look forward to. That gives us some excitement that we can plan. We can say, hey, what about doing this? Or what activities can we do? Or do we have all the supplies we need?
Yeah.
It's just those little things that give us that extra little oomph in our relationship, plus our personal goals. I love hearing about your goals. What drives you? What gets you excited? Like, what do you want to achieve? And I'm here to support that to help you achieve those goals that you want to do as an individual.
I think we both do that for each other. Like we get excited about hearing each other's goals. We get excited about hearing what we want and how we can further our relationship with our personal goals. Like I like just recently told you about getting my FNP and I've been thinking about it for a while. As you mentioned, like I've been saying it since we got together. It just wasn't feasible with everything going on. But now it is. Like with you, I know I can achieve my personal goal with you by my side. You're going to support me. You're going to love me. You're going to help me. So I love that. Like, I really think that we support each other on what we want and what we need. And just like you're doing a lot of modules now for all your
New
planning.
trainings.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
training.
Yeah, I mean, you wanna get a master's degree, and I fully support that, and me obviously already having my master's degree, I know how much it takes, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of study, and there's gonna be a lot of sacrifice that has to be made in the home and to our relationship, but with you, right, I'm there to support that, I'm there to give you the time you need, but also, I'm there to study with you. I'm
Mhm.
there to support you by quizzing you or little things of us just being in the same space together while you're doing that because it's going to take a lot of time, but we need to continue to make sure that our relationship is good during that time because otherwise, you're going to be at Starbucks all the time and I'm going to be at home with 5 kids and no hair.
Well, I mean, we talked about it. As we talked about it with my goal, like you had asked me, how are we going to attain that? How are we going to work together? And we mentioned just studying together, being together. But I also had mentioned that taking that time to still make your relationship important, still make it your family important. I think I really, when I got my nursing degree, I kind of just, I was so into studying that the world was, it was just running without me. And so now I understand that I can't do that. I gotta make sure that I'm cutting time for everything. And I think with you, it's a lot easier to do that because we're gonna work together. In the past relationship, it wasn't working together.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, we have so many other shared hopes and
Mhm.
dreams too. We have a lot of travel, like I already mentioned, but not only that, we talk about our financial goals. I know in a previous episode we talked about our money date
Mhm.
and we visit that regularly.
Yeah.
We talk about family. We've talked about family trips. Where should we all go as a family?
Mhm.
We talk about day trips. We're going camping in a couple weeks as a family. We talk about things that we want to achieve too as a couple. Like where do we see ourselves
Mhm.
in a year, 5 years,
Yeah.
and even up into retirement? We really, really ask what does that look like? And we do that on a regular basis because as life changes, I think sometimes our dreams will change too.
Mhm.
But that goes back to alignment, us continually talking about it as life changes. Maybe that dream of living in Hawaii, maybe that changes for one of us,
Yeah.
and that's perfectly fine. But this is why we revisit because I don't want to get to retirement and we're like, cool, let's go to Hawaii. And you're like, yeah, that was done for me a long time ago,
No, absolutely. We definitely revisit on a regular basis. Seems like we do it a lot.
as we should.
We're in the car, we're driving, we're making our day trips, and we're revisiting our goals a lot. We ask each other questions, we conversate,
We conversate.
we
Crazy.
we conversate a lot, like, about a lot of things. I think a lot of people don't conversate though, like, we've mentioned this before, you get into this mundane, and you get into this mundane of driving, like, either person is on the phone, they're driving, or you're tending to the kids, like, that's mundane, but if you're gonna we still take the time to put the phone down, to concentrate, and to concentrate on each other, and just have conversations that are meaningful.
You do, right? And one of the last times we asked is what do you see our future house looking
Mhm.
like? And we went into detail of exactly what the house looks like, what
Yeah.
the yard looks like, right? Because not just saying, oh, well, I want a house. That's great, but that's very general. What do you want it to look like?
Yeah.
What colors do you want? What types of plants do you
Mhm.
want? Do you want 1 story, 2 story, pool, no pool, 5 car garage, 1 car garage? Like, really dial it down and make it something that seems more real, right? And I think that's going to help you. Like, I want a 1 story and you want a 2 story,
Mhm.
but then we compromise. How do
Yeah.
you compromise that? Like, either we'll go with one house or the other, but let's just say for example, we went for a 1 story house.
Mhm.
But then you had your yard a certain way on what you wanted your yard
Yeah.
to look like, and that's what I mean with the compromise, but we're sharing each other's visions
Mhm.
and really accepting each other's goals.
Yeah. I think, like you mentioned, compromise is good. We know each other's vision, so then therefore we can work on that vision together. Even just little details, how we want our kitchen, how we want the furniture,
Mhm.
what kind of little decorations do we want in the house. Those are all things that we're going to conversate about and work through together. Like,
Yeah, like another one, like I know you love the beach, but I love the beach and I have to live next to the beach, but you love the mountain and would love to live in the mountain. So again, where's the compromise there? So that's why we have these discussions so we can figure it out because one of us is pulling one way and the other's pulling the other way on our shared dreams.
I also want to make sure that we're hearing each other, right? If one person is leaning towards, oh, let me just go towards your share, your dream, and then it's not including mine, so I'm going to feel not included. I'm going to feel,
Like you're giving up that piece.
hmm
You're not heard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So making sure we hear each other and we come to a shared agreement.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a good example. And again, going back to like things like our money dates and talking about financial goals. Your
mhm.
financial goals may change. What if one of you really wants to invest heavily in stocks, but the other one wants to invest in real estate
Mhm.
or financially you want just to have a financial advisor do
Mhm.
it. I mean, I think those are the things that you really need to talk about on what your financial goals are, what retirement looks like, what age you want to
Yeah.
retire. because that's going to help you align with that financial goal too. If somebody wants to work because you love to work, so you're going to work until you're 70 plus years old, that's fine. I'm not hating on you, but maybe your spouse wants to retire at 55.
No, I think we talk about our financial goals a lot, what we want, what our future looks like as far as properties and, money wise. I think we do that quite often. I think people forget to do that. It's still important to make sure that you're financially on the same page or either talking about what either of you want. So,
I've come to learn with my financial background and talking to a lot of different clients, having financial discussions is still, for some reason, almost taboo in the
mhm,
house. Couples don't talk about it. They don't talk about it as a family, even.
yeah,
But, money is sometimes split. You told me you know people who have husband's money and wife's money.
yeah.
Even,
One of my, a good friend of mine, yeah, talking about how they don't know what the other one makes.
right.
Their money is their money, and that just it blew your mind, it blew my mind. I was like, "You don't know what
Yeah.
either of you are making and how you're coming together and what you can do to expand on those finances?" Like,
But I also think that leads to not having a shared vision and a
mhm,
shared goal. I have friends as well who one makes all the money and then also pays the bills and basically just gives the other one kind of a, hey, here's a few $100 allowance. Everything else is taken care of. So the other one just kind of goes living day by day, but has no clue what their spouse makes. And it just boggles my mind because if you get married, you're a team, you're a
mhm,
partnership, you are a union.
yeah,
And why not share those financial goals? The whole reason you're coming together is so you can achieve commonalities, find common goals. And part of that is finding that financial balance.
and understanding where you guys can come together with money. Money sometimes can break a relationship.
Real quick. It's actually one of the top,
Mhm,
I think, in the top three of why people divorce is financial. I don't even want to say financial problems. I think it's financial misalignment.
mhm. Yeah, it's important to come together and understand each other's what you make, what I make, what we can bring to the table, how we can expand.
Absolutely. And even with those financial goals, it kind of goes into even like your personal goals. And
Mhm,
by saying that is you have an idea for your money or for our money, but and how to grow it. And I have another way on how to grow our money. But my idea versus your idea is going back to our personal
mhm,
goals on how we want to do it. And I think that again, if I'm like, hey, you want to do this? Great. Here's X amount to achieve that. I want to take money and put it here, then boom. And now we're both achieving our personal goals and supporting each other in those personal goals
yeah,
to grow. Cause now I'm like, cool. What if I want to invest in the market and then boom, I get a big return? Now I'm all
mhm,
super excited. Great.
yeah,
You want to invest in something else? You get a great return. Hey, we're both super excited. We let it happen. We're good to go.
yeah,
But again, having those personal goals of school and supporting each other and any other personal goals, hobbies,
yeah.
it really is important to have. It strengthens your bond as a couple.
Well, your bond, it also informs you about one another.
Oh yeah,
Like, I understand you way more with you conversating about what you want in life.
what excites you?
Yes. Like, what's your drive? Like you said, what is your drive? We both understand. We get to know each other better. We're still getting to know each other. I think we're going to
Always gonna be getting to know each other.
always.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
we change, we grow together, but we also grow as individuals. And I think that's a good point too that you said. It gives you your drive. And there's so many books on, finding your why
mhm,
and finding your purpose and things like that. And I really think having that why is so important as an individual, but also as a couple, because it is that drive.
mm,
You're not staying mundane. You're not staying in that same boring routine. You're having these drivers on your own that keep your life exciting. And by your life staying exciting, the relationship stays exciting.
absolutely. That's key. You want it to stay exciting.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's easy to get into a rut. Easy to go with the easiest thing of life, which is just going about your day to day. But honestly, it's really not. I think it's
It's
harder.
easy. Yeah, I was like, I think that makes it harder.
But I think a lot of people see that it's easy.
It's easy because you're not doing anything.
Mhm.
I think it makes it harder because now it just puts more stress on your personal life, on your married life, and your children's lives because they just see, okay, great, life is boring. Mom, dad just go to work, come home,
Yeah,
cook us dinner, put us to bed, and then they do it all over
all
again.
over again.
And then on the weekend, we go to the same park,
Mhm.
and that's it. Keep it exciting.
I think if you start that in the beginning, if you understand, like if you're single, okay, you're single, understand yourself, understand what you want, understand what you need, and then bring that to a relationship.
Well, yeah, of course.
But I think a
Maintain
lot
your
of people
boundaries.
don't understand what they want or what they need.
I think a lot of people don't take time in between relationships to truly fully understand themselves
Yeah.
and understand what they like and what they need. I, I know obviously your past, but I've met a lot of people who jump relationship to
Hmm.
relationship. They never give themselves that time to heal, but also to understand themselves. And let me give you an example is after my split with my ex, I know both of us took a lot of time, but
Hmm.
for me, I took a lot of time to rediscover all the things that
Hmm.
I actually enjoy, right? Which we've talked about in previous episodes. I jumped on a motorcycle. I got back on my skateboard. I started hiking. I
Yeah.
was at the beach more often. I started finding the things that really made me happy and what excite me as an
Hmm.
individual. But I also started to understand that boundary of these are the things that I like to do. These are the goals that I want to achieve. Those are my personal goals. And then I met somebody where our goals kind of align. Oh my God, this person loves a lot of the same stuff that I love. And if you don't love them, try them with me anyway. And you do.
I do.
And then you end up loving it. Not everything, but
Not everything, but I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to get out there and put myself out there, find what I like. Like you had said, I, you know, I getting out of my relationship, I kind of didn't know what I wanted because as you mentioned, a lot of people do jump relationship to relationship and I did those things. I did that. I never knew who I was without somebody. So not knowing who I was, I I had to take that time after my marriage to find myself, and I did. I
Mhm.
love the beach. I love to go bike riding. I love to take walks. I love to do all those things and found that I love doing them on my own.
Yeah,
And I also found comfort in friends, family, and reconnecting those relationships to tailor to me, not to anybody else.
exactly. And that is really the main point that I was getting at too with going relationship to relationship is you're always conforming to what somebody else likes and
Mhm.
not what you like. And the whole point of me kind of going off on a tangent here about this is if you're jumping relationship to relationship, you're never understanding your personal value, but your personal goals and what
Mhm.
you want to achieve. You're just jumping into another relationship where somebody else has goals
Yeah,
and you're just going with it.
exactly.
But whereas for us, we both found that what we love to do. And we both discovered that we have personal goals and we were able to align and talk about what goals we want to achieve on our own, but also what goals we want to do as a couple. In fact, thinking about now, we have our couples goals that we do quarterly. So we do couples goals, individuals goals. We write them all on paper and we stick them on the wall. And that way we can always hold each other accountable, but always review it as well to make sure, okay, how are we doing? Are we staying to our goals? Did we do what we said we were going to do this quarter? And maintaining those goals and having those values and that respect for each other to go out and do our thing,
Mhm.
but also do our thing as a couple, it really, really is impactful to the relationship.
We've been on a good run since we've got together. Like, it just, making sure that we stick to it. Like, because I know it's easy to be like, "Oh, well, it stays good for a little while," and then we're like, let's trickle down," and things just get, ordinary. But no, we stick to it. Like you said, we hold
Yeah,
each other accountable.
absolutely. And if Honestly, it does happen. We've had it where we're like, "Hey, how you doing on your goals?" And then we go and review what we wrote down at the beginning of the quarter, and we're like, we really haven't done as much as we thought we were gonna do." We jump back in and we, kinda kickstart that fire.
Yeah. And reevaluate.
Yeah, 100% and get going. One of the last points I wanna make is we created a mission statement. And why I think that's important is just because it kind of creates a foundation for your relationship. It really sets the stage for what you want in your relationship. It kind of gives you that foundation. And any business has a mission statement,
Mhm.
and your relationship is a partnership. It's essentially like a business. And I'm going to read ours. It really sets the stage for our relationship and what we have in each other. So here it goes. We choose each other every day. Our relationship is built on love, trust, respect, loyalty, honesty, and intentional action. We believe that love is more than a feeling. It's a daily choice demonstrated through our words, actions, sacrifices, and commitment to one another. We will prioritize each other above distractions, opinions, and outside influences. We will protect our relationship, our peace, and our future by creating a safe, supportive, and loving home where both of us can grow and thrive. We promise to communicate openly, listen with empathy, and approach conflict as teammates rather than opponents. When challenges arise, we will face them together, seeking understanding before judgment and solutions before blame. We will celebrate each other's successes, support each other's dreams, and encourage one another to become the best versions of ourselves. We will make time for connection, laughter, adventure, affection, and meaningful conversations, even during life's busiest seasons. We will lead with grace, forgive often, and remember that perfection is not the goal, partnership is. Together, we're building a relationship rooted in purpose, strengthened by commitment, and guided by love. Our mission is to create a life where both of us feel seen, valued, cherished, and chosen every single day. No matter what comes our way, we will continue choosing us.
I choose you every day. As we say every morning, every night, I choose you every day. I love you.
We
I
do say
see
that.
you. I value you. And I support you.
Yeah. We literally say that every day.
I
I
do.
choose you and I love you. I see you, hear you, value you, respect you, baby.
Mm.
So write up a mission statement, sit with your partner and write something up. What do you guys want in your relationship? Use ours as an example. Feel free to use AI. It does help. And, rekindle that love in your relationship. Make sure you're not getting stuck. Respect each other's goals, support each other's goals, and find
Commonality.
commonality and set goals for your relationship. Get that fire
You're going to be together forever.
forever.
So might as well do it, in a shared free space.
100%. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you on the next one.